Hello, my name is Christopher Callahan, and in this video I'm going to be talking about DIY vehicle maintenance video explainers. These are some of the most viewed video explainers, second to cooking video explainers. In short, these explainers consist of a variety of topics. A lot of it is like routine maintenance, like changing lights, light bulbs, or even light assemblies altogether on cars, changing oil, changing air filters, rotating tires, replacing brake pads and rotors. Even some of these explainers can get as detailed as going into more tasking maintenance, like replacing spark plugs, replacing suspension parts, replacing engine components. All of these explainers are designed to save viewers some money by giving them the right information and the confidence to tackle a job at home rather than paying a shop hundreds of dollars per labor hour. Generally, video maintenance explainer videos, they have a person using typical hand tools found at local hardware stores or even auto parts stores. Most of the time they're inexpensive, and they're designed to basically show that anyone can tackle the job at home, is to give people the confidence to be able to tackle the job at home. Some of the more popular YouTube channels that regularly post these video explainers are Chris Fix, TRQ, 1A Auto. Millions of DIYers and car enthusiasts rely on these channels to accurately describe what steps need to be taken in order to fulfill a particular job. These video demonstrations go over the steps necessary to not only complete the job, but to also finish it safely. On top of video explainers, other types of explainers are used to kind of correlate with these, as well as like blogs. You'll see a lot of blog posts made in the vehicle maintenance world. A lot of these blogs will provide step-by-step instruction, just like the videos will. Maybe not as thorough as the videos, but they'll still provide like a rough idea as to what you would need. But a lot of these blogs are to help diagnose particular issues that may be popping up. If you have a code that's popping up on your car that you don't quite understand, so if it's like if your check engine light comes on, you got to run a code on it through an OBD2 scanner. And these blogs will explain a little bit more about the code, because it can be rather confusing when you're scanning it on the scan tool. It doesn't always explain what it means. Wonderful examples of these blog explainers is like Titan Talk, Autoblog, and Car Talk. By the way, all of these examples have been linked in the description of this video, so you guys can go check that out as soon as I'm done talking about everything. But anyway, many of these blogs provide advice not only to fulfilling the job, but also to buying the correct products in order to fulfill a job. So generally when someone is trying to upgrade suspension parts, if they're wanting to go from a stock suspension to performance suspension, or even more of an off-road durable suspension if they have a pickup truck or an SUV, these blogs are an excellent source for those who are skeptical on what to buy. Video explainers for vehicle maintenance have become the most widely relied on form of virtual information when working on cars. Even some of the most skilled mechanics often turn to YouTube in order to gain more knowledge on how to tackle a particular project on a car. But that's enough of me talking about it. I'm actually going to show you what actually makes these explainers so effective. The video explainers, for that matter. I'm going to show you what makes them so effective by showing how to do a simple light replacement on a car. So I'm going to give you guys a pretty brief demonstration on what a lot of these what these videographers and YouTubers will do in order to convey their message a little bit better to the audience that they are trying to give the message to. So oftentimes when a video explainer begins, especially again when it's a DIYer doing it, they are shooting the video from a first-person perspective. So you see their hand out there doing gestures or working on the vehicle, and the vehicle is, of course, basically front and center with the video. So rather than having the camera focused on the person talking, the camera is focused on exactly what they are working on. So in this little demonstration here, I was going to replace this light right here, which is the high beam light on the driver's side. And it's the same process to do on the passenger side as well. So in order to undo this light here, you just grab the back of it right here. It may take a little bit of effort here. And then you twist it and it pops right out of the assembly. And then now this part I won't be able to record, but there are 2 clips here. I won't be able to record me taking the light bulb out because it's going to require 2 hands to do this, but there's these 2 clips that you undo, but you pinch those with one hand and then you pull the bulb out with the other hand. And then I'm gonna set this down here. Before you go and dispose of the old bulb that you're replacing, you buy new bulbs and just make sure that the ones that you're replacing match the new ones that you're getting. Now, these ones are LED bulbs, whereas the ones that I'd be replacing are halogens. So the halogen bulbs are completely clear glass bulbs where you can actually see the filaments, whereas these LEDs is actually just a metal piece with the actual LED component right there. And then, of course, the resistor to keep from a hyper flash, really hyper blinking that you get from vehicles that are not typically wired with LEDs. But this is a direct replacement. The plug matches the plug that is on this light here. So without further ado, I am going to undo this light off camera because, again, it requires 2 hands and I only have access to one. So I'm going to undo this. I'm going to plug in the new one, and then it's going to be just reverse procedure with the new one attached. You just put it back into this hole here and just snap it in place, and then it will actually show through. I'll be able to show a side-by-side comparison as well of what it looks like with just the halogen versus what it would look like with just the LED. All right, so now I actually have the bulb replaced. The LED is in place of the old halogen, which is inside that box there. I still have not replaced the other bulb on that headlight, so I'm going to show a side-by-side of what a difference it makes to replace your halogen bulbs with LEDs. So I'm going to open up the car door, the lights on, and then the high beams. Now you can already see such a big difference between a halogen just by seeing how bright this LED is shining forward. The grill is in the way of it just, showing on the wall, so it's probably not doing as much justice, but you can definitely tell a big difference between halogen bulbs and LEDs. LEDs are significantly brighter, and which makes it a lot safer for you to drive at night. So these video explainers, again, as I stated at the beginning of this demonstration, they often are just designed to show you how to do a process hands-on. So rather than writing it out in a blog, this gives you a more hands-on experience perspective as to how to do it. So a lot of viewers will have the video playing next to them while they are doing a project on their car, just duplicating exactly what the person's doing in the video in order to make sure that they are doing the project correctly. So this was my demonstration, and this was my video explainer on why vehicle maintenance DIY video explainers have become so widely popular versus just traditional blog posts that rely on people writing paragraphs that are often incoherent and everything. So again, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you learned a little bit of something. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below. Thank you.